right, welcome to Your Time, Your Money, the show where your time is just as valuable as your money, and we know that. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Today we're to discuss a question that we get asked a lot by parents, new parents specifically, and that's, hey, I had a baby, now what? What do I do? What are some investment things that I can do for my kids? And I wanted to lay out, kind of 5 bullet points to think about in the world of saving money for children. Some of the things that we want to have in mind when we're talking about saving money for kids is that money going to weigh against them for financial aid? And there's lengthier conversations we can have. You can check out our podcast with Dr. Dean Scarlett about college planning and that type of stuff. But immediately when you have a baby, there's really maybe 5 things that you want to consider. First and foremost, first bullet point is you can't go wrong with starting a 529 plan for a child. It's a college account. We can get into the semantics of how much to put in and should you max it out and what it should be, but you can't go wrong with at least having a 529 plan started for a child when they're born. It allows you to put some money into it for potential college planning. The second, and I think also one of the most important, is to establish some type of juvenile life insurance policy for a child. The best time to pick up life insurance on a child is literally right after they've had their first doctor's appointment. Usually most insurance companies wait till after they have their first doctor's appointment, they have their social security number, and you can get insurance on that child with little or no medical exam at all, and it allows you to guarantee their insurability as they get older, because once they're issued and they have it, as long as they don't have any other pre-existing conditions that would have eliminated it, they have that insurance for life. The third thing that you're going to want to do is set up a non-retirement account that's ear tagged for the child. Some people ear tag it by putting the child on as beneficiary. So it might say John and Judy Smith, TOD, transfer on death, to Evan Smith, the son, or Elena Smith, the daughter. But a non-retirement account in the parent's name dedicated to that child is actually very important to start as well. It'll allow you to have it ear tagged for other needs besides college. The other thing that you may want to do that I always tell parents is you may want to go to your parents, those kids' grandparents, and ask them if they'd be okay carving out a small part of their estate for your kids. Perhaps maybe they have a life insurance policy and they put the kids on as 10% beneficiary. Perhaps it's their work plan or whatever it might be. And the reason being is because if you look at the age demographic of when people are having kids now, which is much later in life, a lot of times the grandparents will be passing away approximately around the time that child is going to be going to college. And it would be nice to have an inheritance or a little bit of money coming from the grandparents' estate that may be tax-free to help pay for college or first home or other things that are there. So that might be another choice that you have as a parent, is go to the grandparents. They want to do anything for their grandkids. They may take 5% or 2% or 10%, whatever it is, to the grandkids, bypassing you, but going directly to them to help pay for those cost fees or what have you. The other thing that I would do is I would set up some type of grandparent account that has an account number that doesn't necessarily have the child's name on it, maybe your name, but you give that account number and the mailing address of how to send money into that account to all relatives. And the reason being is every relative, come holiday or birthday, Christmas, whatever it might be, bar mitzvah, whatever it might be, grandparents, aunts, uncles want to give money to the kids. And usually what do? They just send you a check. Okay, then you go cash it, you spend it on a toy or something like that. It's nice to give them the choice that anytime they want to, they can mail in $50 or $100. If you've got 6-7 people mailing in $50, $100 a year, that account's going to grow pretty fast to be used for the child, for whatever it might be. So 5 quick takeaways of things that you can do if you have a new baby to get started, and obviously look at our other episodes to get more in depth into a lot of these planning concepts. As always, it's your time and your money. All right, guys, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Your Time, Your Money. We really appreciate it. If you enjoyed today's episode, please feel free to share this with friends, family, coworkers, anyone else that you think might be interested. If you do have questions or topics, you can always email them to irontreefinancial@ceterais.com. Please follow us on LinkedIn, Facebook, Spotify, Google Play, and many other sources that were available. And you can reach us at 844-444-YTYM. And as always, it's your time and your money. Cetera Investors is the marketing name of Cetera Investment Services. Securities and insurance products are offered through Cetera Investment Services, LLC, member FINRA, SIPC. Advisory services are offered through Cetera Investment Advisors, LLC. Cetera is under separate ownership from any other named entity.